What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me on another vlog here on Naader Eats. I apologize for not getting this out to you yesterday, but it was actually a very busy week for me. It was my first week back in teaching high school. Well, we don't have students yet, but just getting used to waking up at 6:30 in the morning is a little bit of a trip for me sometimes, especially when you got to get up, get ready, pack your food, and get out the door. Plus, at the same time, I'm also having to wrap up a lot of the video projects I filmed over the summer. Did a ton of collaborations with a lot of different YouTubers. Well, not a ton, but a lot for me, since typically I really only work with Reckless Eating. This summer I had the opportunity to work with KBD Productions, Chuck from the Bronx, Healthy Junk Food, Aaron's Food Adventures, Food Beast, and still in talks with doing something with Blumgum. Every time we get close to coming up with an idea or an agreement, dates get changed and things fall through. But I will be doing something with Blumgum pretty soon. The main point of my video today is I just want to talk about what happens to me when I kind of lose track. Gained a little bit of weight this summer. I went up actually to about 236 pounds. My waist was about 42. I don't think it's quite that high anymore. So starting last week, I began 60 days of dieting. It's going to be actually a very strict 60 days. It's about 8 weeks long. I have not actually gone in a long, strict diet in a long time. Usually, I go about a week to maybe 2 weeks between, bad days, between, cheat days where I'm eating something crazy. But in the last year, I have made a lot of, bad decisions when it comes to how often I do these things. Part of that has to do with, when you're getting offers to do collaborations, because those things don't come up every day. It's not every day that VidCon is here. And I was doing projects with those guys. We filmed 4 things in 2 days or something on that order. And of course, working with Food Beast was a lot of fun. One of the coolest projects I've done in a while, but that also required me to eat 6 pounds worth of cupcake, which is all sugar. And there's not really a whole lot your body can do with sugar except, store it as fat when you're eating it in those ginormous quantities. So yes, 60 days of dieting has begun, although that's not going to affect anything that you see over on Freak Eating because I actually have a lot of video content from the past. There's stuff I've been filming at home also. I try to stick to 1 video a week. That's my goal. Although with all of the content I have on hand, I do have to release things more frequently. You'll always see a Freak Eating video on Saturdays, generally Saturday night. I'm toying with the idea of pushing it earlier in the day because this last Saturday I was working with Healthy Junk Food and my video coming out early in the day seems to have gotten more views. Maybe it was just because it was a McDonald's video, but I kind of like the idea of having an earlier release. So there's going to be one on Saturday, and I like to have one out generally on Tuesdays. Either Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll just have to see how that goes. But the big news is I'm going to be doing a series of videos where I talk about what the weight loss process feels like. How it feels to go from eating a lot of garbage to, eating things that are a little better for you. And just the process and just seeing how much weight I can lose by the end of these 60 days, 8 weeks. And of course, there may be some speculation if you've seen other YouTube channels. Obviously, LA Beast went on a little bit of a break. Furious Pete recently, very unfortunately, found out that the cancer that he dealt with, the testicle cancer, may have actually spread to lymph nodes and beyond, and he's being treated for that. My decision here to go on a weight loss thing has nothing to do with what's going on with those guys. I'm just very concerned about my own health and appearance. It gets to be a problem when you can't fit into your clothes anymore, and you look in the mirror and you realize that I'm gaining a ton of weight. A very unfortunate thing with Pete, and it makes me pause because Pete is a guy who's very close in age to me. And when you see people around you having cancer and going through cancer, much like Matt Zion, also recently, a few years ago, had testicular cancer, kind of makes you stop because you realize your own mortality. I haven't dealt with death too much personally. I had a teacher in high school who died when she was actually our teacher, and that was very traumatic on me. And my mom passed away, and that was extremely close and extremely excruciating, the loss and the change that caused in my life. And cancer is no laughing matter. So when you hear that somebody has cancer, you take that thing very seriously. And of course, I wish Pete all the best, and I know he's going to recover. He's beat the first cancer, he beat anorexia, and this is just another step in the road for the furious one. And of course, it just makes me pause, to think. And hope this isn't TMI, but because of him, about a year or so ago, I actually started checking myself to see if I noticed anything weird in the downstairs region. TMI. But I will have videos here and on Freak Eating related to this whole 60-day process. That's the big news happening this week. But otherwise, there will be no slowdown, no stoppage in videos either here or on Freak Eating. So don't run away and don't think that he's done, he's quit, he's gone. I'm still here. Still got a lot of stuff to do, and I'm gonna try to elevate the level of production that goes on once I'm able to return to creating new videos. I have some ideas for some more elaborate stuff. It's still going to be the same basic concepts. 6 pounds of food, 8 pounds of food, weird things. The concept will remain the same, but the way I deliver it will change. I hope you'll join me for the ride. 60 days is tough. I'm only a week in. There have been a lot of changes. Like I've made some gains or losses, if you will, but the idea that I'm still going to be sticking to this for another 7 weeks is mentally daunting. Like it's intimidating to look at things like 2 months at a time. 2 months sounds like a long time, but once you're there, you realize it was a pretty short time. Alright guys, I will catch you in the next video. Until we eat again, stay in school, don't do drugs, and eat like a freak.